Hello, everybody. It's Ken Faulkner, getting back at it. Back from Blade Show, Texas. This is just a series of knives and videos from my pickups. I did kind of an overview already. Started with the QSP. I mentioned in the one where I showed them all that I was going to give this one away. I did go get one at Blade Show. I have given some away from Blade Show, that I picked up, but I did get one from Blade Show that I fell in love with. So I'm gonna not even carry this one. I like the knife. I wouldn't pick it for a giveaway knife if I didn't like it. Now doesn't mean everybody likes them. Obviously, everybody's got their own opinions. But sometimes you get a knife at a giveaway, and it may be something that you wouldn't normally buy yourself, but you may end up liking it. May learn something about a knife that you like that you didn't realize. So this is the way it goes. I think in general I've gotten really positive responses. It may just be because everybody's just really kind. I mean, a lot of good people watch my channel. I mean, I really appreciate you guys so much. And anyway, let's get into it. This is the QSP Vault. It's been around for a while. I remember seeing it when it first came out and thinking, man, that's a really cool knife. That is a knife that I like to pick up sometime. And I went to the show and I went over the QSP booth and honestly went through every knife on the table. They had quite a few. I mean, it was a busy show, especially I think the production companies, the ones that have like a lot of knives to show, did really well. Talked to a few of them. I love talking to people at the show because I find out how's the show going for you. What are you selling? What's the popular thing nowadays? I really like to keep up on that kind of stuff. It's fun for me to understand what the community is going for. And you get quite a mix of different people too, because you have your custom fixed blades and your production stuff, and you got your materials for makers. There's a lot of makers there. People with tactical knives, people like sword. They had some really cool swords there. I'm just a nut for swords, and I they kept trying to push me. Oh man, they said, "Oh, we'll ship it to you." Don't get me started. But they're like $1,000. Really nice swords, $800. Really nice. But anyway, we're not a sword channel, so let's just open up the knife here. You may or may not have seen it, so this is going to be more my take. QSP, you got your basic stickers that you normally get here. You got the Have a Knife Day. I always like that. And then you got the QSP .com, Better Knife, Better Life. And we get a card here, and the card's pretty cool because it gives you a lot of specs on it. If it's focused, you can screenshot it or whatever. But I'll tell you about the stats. I got Blade HQ. They always have good stats on there. Stuff like materials and things that I'd be guessing at if I didn't have it listed out. I was looking at this and I was going, that's probably not titanium, and that's true. It's a little bit lighter color. Usually titanium is going to be like a darker gray. So this is aluminum, but it looks really, really nice. I mean, that's one of the things that I really liked about it. I love a bolster knife like this. It's got my card up here. This brand, brown, they call it tan micarta, is really, really nice. Good size knife. I like the size of this one. The overall length on it is 7. What did it say? 7.5, I think. I gotta scroll up. 7.5, and the blade length is 3.25. So that's right around there. 3.25, 3.5 is what I tend to like. I'll go up to 4-inch easy though. The handle length is 4.25. It's got a drop point blade, so let's get that blade out. So we got thumb studs, and I can get a good finger flick, middle finger flick with it. It's got a lock. I don't know what they call their lock. Does it have a name for it? Looking on the specs, crossbar lock is what they're calling it. That's what I tend to call it. I think that's a more good generic name for it. But you know what? This is not your normal crossbar lock. It's got that cool. Sorry, I cut myself earlier. It's pretty common to see band-aids on my hands and other YouTube people. It's got these nice little switch things, little. It's not just the round thing, and that's one of the things. I do have some nitpicks about access locks or crossbar locks, and one of them is sometimes it's kind of hard to actuate them, but this one is really easy. I mean, it doesn't stand up too proud, but it's just enough that when you put your fingers there, it grabs up right away. It's got some good jimping on it, and I could feel it especially in the pulling direction, which is what you want. It grabs really well. I mean, really well. So, I mean, like I said, I went down the table and I tried out all the different knives, and I ended up coming back to this one. And this is one that I had already kind of liked, but you never know. I mean, you like something by the looks of it, but this one by the feel of it, for the action. You can tell how the finger choil is, if your finger's going to fit or not. Mine does. I think I got pretty large-ish to medium hands. Wear a large glove size. But yeah, I'm the kind of guy that likes to have a little bit of a finger groove in there. The rest of it is kind of tapers down. But when you got those places for your fingers to settle in, it locks in. And then it's got the jimping on top here, so that helps to lock it. Maybe a little bit more back here, but you can still feel it here. I can still feel it. It holds it really nice with the finger grooves and the finger choil. Just super nice. I mean, the QSP symbol looks really nice on there. Cool. This is a Jason Lundquist design. It has this little arrow thing. I don't know if that's a Jason Lundquist symbol. I can't focus too well on this stuff, but yeah, there you can kind of see it. This little arrow. Is that something new for him, or I don't know? Because I think I've seen a JL before in his knives. It's also 14C28N, which is a really good steel. I mean, it's not your premium, but this one's like $90 about. So it's not like premium price. So you're really getting a good knife, really good action, feels very good in hand. The pocket clip, it is that kind of fold over type, but it's that deep carry. It looks like you can reverse it to me. You kind of have that one of those things where you pull this out and then just put it to the other side. And then it doesn't make it look. It doesn't have to have like an indentation on this side or holes on this side that's not being used, because you just flip it around and all you have is just like a little bit of a slot on this side for it to fit into if you go to the other side. So it really makes it look very clean, very nice. Satin grind lines that look really great. I like it a lot. Drop point is one of my favorites. I know a lot of people like the Warncliffes and the Sheets Foot. I like something with a point on it, and that's my own personal opinion. But if you got a good drop like this, you end up with a tip kind of aligned with the pivot, and it's still not too much of a wristy thing. If you want to do some cutting with it, you don't have to pull up too high to get your edge down for those utility cuts. It's not real super grippy, but it definitely has grip. It's not that slick type of micarta. It's got enough to grip. Doesn't seem like the type that's going to get a lot of oils in it. It may do that patina. I'm sure this. Let's see if it says. I think it's steel liners. It's got bearings. Doesn't say. It is. It's got the hardness on it. It's 59 to 61 HRC, which is probably really good for 14C28N. I'm not an expert, but I think that sounds like, because, if you get like MagnaCut, you want to have it higher. But I think that range is pretty darn good for a 14C. Weight's 4.34 ounces, so it is a little on the heavier side, which is kind of my preference. And that kind of goes along with what I like in a knife. I'm going to pick out things that I like. If I don't like it, then it feels weird to be giving it to somebody else. Unless I know the person and I know that they like specific things, I have no idea who's going to win this thing. I just know I'm giving it away. I'm holding firm to that. You guys can hold my feet to the fire and let everybody know out in social media land that I backed out if I do, but I'm not going to. I guarantee it. Unless something happens to the knife or something. No, just kidding. No, I will keep it safe. It'll be ready for, I don't know if it's going to be the next giveaway. It depends on what happens between now and 500 subs. I might end up doing another giveaway before the 500 subs because it's really moving slowly right now, which is not a big deal. I've kind of settled into that. You know, I had like 700 something on the old channel, and now I'm back to under 500. And I was kind of gung-ho right at first, and I was doing like the videos every night for the longest time, trying to get back up there. But now I'm kind of settling in. I'm feeling good. I feel like it's a good group. You know, I don't necessarily feel like I know there's that whole monetization and all that kind of stuff, and that's not really what it's all about for me. If and when that actually happens, it's just going to be putting it back into the channel, you know, the way a lot of people do, you know, just about putting it back into the channel. And but you know, if it doesn't happen, I'm still having a good time, guys, and I appreciate you guys, everybody that's here. So I'm looking forward to a giveaway as usual. I'm really enjoying it. The last one went so well. It was Lazy Boy EDC, really cool guy. Back and forth a little bit with him, and I really appreciate the fact that one thing I would ask, if you get the giveaway, at least let me know that it got there. If you hate what I put in there, let me know. You know, I just like in the comments. If you got anything negative to say, I don't like trolls. I mean, don't be negative just to be negative. But if you have your opinion and you know, it's more about honest opinion. That's what I want to hear, and it helps me to understand, you know, what I should be doing for the channel and kind of question myself. I always wonder if I'm doing the right things, and you might be able to help me out, you know, because I'm not, you know, not an expert, and I don't claim to be the best, you know, YouTuber out there. I'm just having a good time with my collection, showing it to you, doing a few giveaways, and just having a great time communicating with you guys. So really appreciate you. And this is the first one. I did this one because I'm not going to be carrying it. I want to kind of carry the other ones a little bit, get a little better feel for it, so I can just kind of share with you my experience. But as far as what just from handling it a little bit, going up and down the table, and this was my favorite one on the table. That's what I got for you today. I hope you like it, and we'll be seeing you'll be seeing a lot of those new knives from that last video coming up this week. So I'll see you on the next one.